My grandmother told me that she had to change trains at an unfamiliar train station. The time of day was late evening or even night, and she got lost between the railroad tracks and trains. She was running, darting between the trains, standing on the tracks, not understanding how she could get to her own train. And there was no one on the platform. The train was only minutes away, and the next one would leave in 24 hours. In despair, she began to scream. Calling to heaven for help, she called for her guardian angel, and suddenly, as if out of nowhere, out of the darkness, a man emerges, without saying a word, without asking her anything, takes her bag from her hands and, still without saying a word, makes her a sign with his hand to follow him, walks quickly and leads her to the train. She, as if mesmerized, ran after him, entered the carriage. He gave her the bag and quickly disappeared, as if he had vanished. And then it turned out that he not only escorted her to her train, but even put her in her own car. That's right, according to her cry to heaven for help. That help came instantly. Not a word had been spoken between them, and he knew exactly where to take her. I had a similar experience myself. I got lost in winter, almost at night, in an unfamiliar area and was facing a night in the cold. In desperation I began to cry and, looking up into the dark sky, almost shouted, "Send me help." Not 5 minutes later, I see a white car pass by. After 10 meters it turned around and came towards me. Behind the wheel was a man who knew very well where the house I needed was. He gave me a free ride and even walked with me to the door to make sure it was the right address. Before that car, many cars had just passed by, and I had also asked for directions from rare passers-by, but no one had been able to help me before. It was only when I was exhausted, desperate and very cold that I tearfully asked the sky for help, and then the help didn't take long to arrive.